The tornado chaser. They chase and film storms up to 45 miles per hour.
And not just anyone can chase a tornado. And what's even better is we have our own tornado chaser on campus.
But before we reveal him or her, let us explain to you what a tornado is.
Tornadoes come from thunderstorms. You need warm, moist air and cool, dry air.
When the two masses meet, they become unstable in the atmosphere.
A change in wind direction and an increase in wind speed plus increasing height creates an invisible, horizontal spinning effect in the lower atmosphere.
Rising air in the updraft tilts the air from horizontal to vertical.
Now, an area of rotation that is 2 to 6 miles wide is sent through most of the storm, and that's the tornado.
Wow, tornadoes aren't an easy thing to create, are they? El Reno, what a tornado that was on May 31st, 2013.
The winds reached a peak of about 55 miles per hour.
It unpredictably grew about 2.6 miles or 4.2 kilometers. This tornado has a record of the largest tornado ever. Now that's a record to remember.
Where did you go to chase tornadoes?
Well, I started tornado chasing through the University of Illinois, where I received a bachelor's and master's in atmospheric science. That's where I studied the weather. And depending on where the storms were, so the week before we would leave for a trip, we tended to go on the weekends. We would forecast, meaning we would look at weather models, we would look at radars, we would look at past examples of storms, and draw out all of this information on a map and figure out where do I want to target and set up for storm chasing. And so the most time I spent was in Illinois, Missouri, and then I saw the most tornadoes in Kansas and Oklahoma.
How many years did you chase tornadoes?
I chased tornadoes when I was in grad school at the University of Illinois, and so that was about 3 years. We tend to chase tornadoes in spring. And so for 2 years around May and April is when we would spend the most time out in the field storm chasing.
Why did you want to be a tornado chaser?
During my grad program, we spent a lot of time learning about tornadoes and learning about severe weather. So how do they form, the different impacts that they have on society and communities, being able to recognize them on radars, being able to forecast them. And the style in which I teach and the style in which I learn the best is when I actually see and am a part of something. And so there are a lot of people in my program who had a lot of experience chasing tornadoes. And, I spent so much time reading about them and watching videos that I wanted to be involved in actually being out in the field and seeing them.
Why did you stop chasing and become a teacher?
A couple of reasons. I think that I wanted to become a teacher because I spent a lot of time working with students in college, and I felt like that was more the type of scientific experience that I wanted. My graduate program, I spent a lot of time behind a computer, and so I wasn't able to really experience science. And I was walking down the street, and half the houses were there, and the other half were not. And that had a really profound impact on me because I felt that it wasn't right to be studying and chasing these tornadoes when it has such an impact on people's lives. And a lot of the time that I've seen storm chasers drive through a city that had just been demolished without stopping to help people, and they're more interested in the science rather than the fact that humans are impacted.
Wow, tornado chasing really isn't a breeze.
I mean, driving into a tornado with 45 mile per hour winds, what do you expect?
But everyone must admit not everyone has this chance.
Because not everyone is a
Tornado chaser.